Hey guys, quick message. Something new I'm doing starting with this.
Quick time skip. Hi everyone. I know most people probably aren't even going to see this link or remember the fact that I mentioned it at the beginning of the first video. But I appreciate that you're here. Remember to subscribe and join the Discord server and join UFWM. Oh, I cannot talk today. You guys know what to do though, so I'm just going to be done. You know what you're here for. It's the full extra content. Enjoy it.
Hello everybody, it's Marbleguy and welcome back to another Talking to Goats episode. This is number 6 and I'm very excited about the guest we have today as we delve into the life of a Geometry Dash player. Again, this show is meant to celebrate the fact that these amazing players that we're going to talk to aren't just machines that beat Geometry Dash levels. They are people with lives and preferences and hopefully cool stuff going on besides GD. We'll see. Today's guest, he is from Chile. His hardest demon is Cold Sweat. Important note here, his hardest challenge is 3 SH in Hell, also an unrated SC2751P. His age is 20, and his fave levels in the game are either Radioactive by Vibrant or Breakthrough by Heinz. He's an old OG level enjoyer. Welcome to the show, UFWM, the infamous, well not infamous because it's not negative, famous challenge player in Geometry Dash.
What's up? Hi, I am Yufum. How are you doing?
How are you doing with those scissors, man?
I'm doing fine. I always use them to tape my mouse back together every time it breaks.
Well, anyway, welcome to the show, and I appreciate you being willing to come on webcam. I know that was something. I mean, you've never done this, right? This is the first time.
On recording, yeah. I mean, I sometimes have joined voice calls where I cover my face just like this, basically. But I never have someone recording me like this. But since I'm close to 50k subs and I promise to do a face reveal soon, then I don't see the problem why I shouldn't do this.
Awesome. Well, even though your face is covered,
true. I cannot see anything, but
but no, we have shoulder reveal, we have chest reveal. Obviously, this guy's
out. Bands. I don't know. I just grabbed the nearest white shirt I have. I'm like Nepesta with shirts, kinda.
I see. Before we get to the silly question, can you? I just thought that was interesting. Can you explain that again? Like the new thing that people are doing with spamming?
Normally, like when one thinks of spamming, you just think about clicking fast, and the hardest thing about it is like keeping consistent clicks, like consistent space in between each click and each release, and so that you can basically go straight. In the spam challenge community, what most people do is they grab keyboards that their inputs, they have very low like inputs per second, so basically if they spam at a speed like around like 16 or 17 CPS, around that, with a special keyboard they call the K55, if I'm correct.
K55, James, put that up on the screen for us. Thanks, man.
Yeah. What it does basically is it kind of buffers the clicks that you do. It like holds and releases like each input at very consistent rates, and what you see most players doing in the spam challenge list, like all those top challenges, they are mostly verified on 300 FPS with those keyboards, with those kind of keyboards, and their wave goes completely straight. They do frame perfects on 300 FPS, and that is like not humanly possible at all if you don't have one of those keyboards.
Oh, well, now that you explain it again, I think I kind of understand. So what you're saying is this doesn't really matter for someone who's bad at spamming to begin with. But if you're a good enough spammer to click fast enough that the keyboard you're using, you're clicking faster than it's registering, then it just takes all those clicks and buffers them evenly as it receives them. It's more or less like that, but I don't personally have like a K55, but I know more or less how it works. But I haven't bothered to get one of those keyboards myself because I don't care too much about getting the hardest spam challenges or all that stuff. I just play stuff for fun, and if I need to buy a new keyboard or whatever to do insane stuff, I might if I find it cool. But I don't. Right now, I just don't really feel like trying spam challenges like that. For sure, dude. Listen, with all these developments, like every year, one day someone's gonna beat Silent Circles. I mean, it may be with all those kind of helping hand weird keyboards, but Someone's gonna somehow do it. Let's go to the silly question wheel. You guys know how it works. I spin this wheel, and then I have a list of questions, and whatever number land on question, ask, and UFWM has to answer, or he dies. He dies. You die.
Oh, I didn't know this. I mean, I'm used to dying in Geometry Dash, so dying in real life shouldn't be too bad, I guess.
Shouldn't be too bad. Number 22. All right, let's see what number 22 is. So number 22. Yeah. This is a good one. Do you ever go outside?
No, actually, like, sometimes, like, okay, if I'm on my free time, I normally just like being on my room, like, just chill my mind, do not think or do much, mostly watch YouTube or watch Twitch streams. I mostly do that kind of stuff. Sometimes I hang out with friends. Yes, I have friends. Once or twice a week, I don't really go out that much.
Hey, dude, at least you're getting out. You're a Geometry Dash player, a goat of GD.
Yeah, I'm a Geometry Dash player, and I sometimes touch grass.
Anyway, for those watching, you probably saw by the timestamps at the beginning that, James, you better have put the timestamps for the different sections of this at the beginning.
No, you cannot do that. No. It's in the description. It'll be fine. If you want timestamps, just check the description.
You saw that we're doing things a little differently today. Instead of just firing questions at our guests, we're actually going to play some games together. So first up on the list here, we're going to play a game of chess together. I'm actually really excited for this. UFWM, he already had a chess.com account, which means he's probably pretty good. I'm going to ask some questions submitted by big fans of UFWM from his Discord server, which hopefully will be linked below, if I remember.
Oh my god, I cannot see anything.
That's totally going to be the clickbait thumbnail. UFWM beats me in chess blind. Put in the comments who do you think's going to win. I bet now, like bet before the game, because if you bet after the game, then you already know the answer. All right, I'm gonna open up King Pawn. Let's get this going.
Okay, I don't particularly like I don't know opening theory at all. I'm just gonna do whatever.
Anyway, as we get going here, let's do. You ready for some viewer questions?
Yeah, sure.
Lil Gig writes in and asks, "Are you gay?"
Am I gay?
Oh no, dude, I swear to God, I swear to God, I misclicked. I swear to God, I misclicked.
Oh God, okay. I'll give you a move. Okay, you move back. You move the queen back. There we go.
You're way too kind to me. You should have punished me for that. Gay.
Okay, I'm bi, but yeah. So technically a little bit.
Half and half.
I wouldn't say half and half. It's more like 95% straight. But yeah.
Should I sack queen here? I'm gonna sack queen early on.
Sack a queen?
Dude, I gotta sack queen, man. Phantom asks, how many times have you hospitalized your mouse?
Look, I don't take good care of my mouse, but I only have like this mouse, the one I have right here. It's the G502 Hero. It broke like 1 year ago, and I keep it up with like tape. Imagine like Frankenstein's monster. That is my mouse right now.
You know what's interesting? The way you hold your mouse is just so weird, honestly.
I agree. I spent a lot of time in the past to like perfect how my arms and hands feel comfortable when playing, and to minimize hand pain and basically reduce my chances of getting carpal tunnel, because for some time I was literally just like playing GD like 6 hours every day, and it hurt my hands a lot. Sometimes my fingers would get blisters depending on what I played. In order to keep playing the game, I had to basically learn very well like my own limitations and how I should like use my hands really.
Actually, that's a fun, the proper way. It's a good follow-up question for me, because I have to be honest. So for myself, I have struggled with hand position and injury and just mouse and position, and now I'm actually playing up arrow because I like mouse a lot, but I can't with it's just too awkward to get used to. I never get used to it. So I guess asking, like, what did you do? Like, if I said to you, like, summarize for when you started, first time you ever played with a mouse to where you are now, and just maybe the highlights of like the changes you made and what made you come to the decision to make those changes, just as best you can, because like I feel like that's a thing a lot of people in GD struggle with, and would like to hear someone maybe shed some light so they can probably, well, at least try to improve their mouse position. I think I'm losing my queen here.
Yeah, I think you dropped your queen. no, it's still savable. It's still savable. Don't worry.
Well, I can do this.
danger levels. Incredible. You have seen Gotham Chess, I see.
Mm.
I'll do this.
Ooh.
Get my queen out. First off, I started as a mobile player, so I just had to tap. I basically got used to just tapping. I sometimes used both hands to like do really fast spam. When I switched to mouse, the feeling was very different. Like what I felt most comfortable with was spacebar. So I kind of trained with my spacebar a little bit, but it also that basically started playing with like a mixture of mouse and spacebar. I tried to get used to mouse, but I also try to play with spacebar to like keep my mobile skills
Right.
with tapping, and I try to basically what most people see me doing nowadays to like do like those extreme looking spams is they see me use my two hands to click,
Yeah.
and I basically during the course of years and like a lot of,
look, okay,
basically on the,
James, while he's on this topic, go to his channel, pull up the one video that says "proof I don't macro" or something like that.
yeah.
Dude, that is insane. Like James, literally put that video up. That's crazy. Just let that loop for the next 43 seconds exactly.
Yeah, I basically through brute force and practice, I learned to do that sort of clicking because I also got interested into doing like the really hard challenges of the time, and those challenges. Oh no! That is so unfortunate. No. Yes, I did it. I won $20. Let's go. Okay, so the hardest challenges back in the time. I remember like playing a level called Wave Spam God at the very least.
Oh no, that was a bad move. Fuck. Sorry. Go ahead.
Was that really a bad move?
I didn't like it.
I'm thinking a
What'd
lot.
you do? Oh, check. Yeah, you. What do I do
The
here?
diagonals.
Damn, I knew it was gonna be like a bishop problem. I mean, all I can do is that, really. Figured that was coming. Oh crap. So yeah, spam.
I'm just super focused on chess right now.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna lose.
But yeah, I remember a level called Wave Spam God specifically that was a really hard spam challenge back in the day, and
Queen trade here, man, would not make me unhappy, to be honest.
let's do that for Queen trade. Let's both get some fun stuff.
Anyway, a quick question, fun question while we're in the middle. So, the Big Bruh writes in, why do they call it oven when you of in the cold food, out of hot eat the food?
I agree.
Because, like, the cold out of the hot food. Like, you would say the cold out of the hot food, eat the food, cold food.
My brain is dying, but I agree.
My time limit's going down. I have to be careful of that. I actually don't know what he's referring to, but Super asks, what was your best progress on Old Buff TC?
Old Buff TC. TC Storage Chamber. It's one of my lesser known challenges, even though it was like my most downloaded one. Right now it's called Happy Chamber. There's all this story that it's a really hard level I made 4 or 5 years ago. One of those legendary challenges no one knows about. It was so stressful for me that I ended up quitting because for like half a year or a year, I don't remember. It was like 3 years ago or something like that. But the only thing I want to do in GD was to play Buff TC. And give me a moment. I'll do that.
I don't love that. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, my brain is working overdrive right now.
Ooh, I'm gonna go down. Yeah, this is not happening.
The game doesn't seem to be turning in your favor.
You think? Oh God.
That's a bit of an annoying move.
I mean, it's a smart move. It's totally a smart move. King activity above all. That's what I know.
Interesting spot. I think I have like a mate here. Is this a mate?
That's not a mate I have here. I can go here.
Oh, you can go there. My bad. But you're really close to like getting mated. That's such a weird king position. What?
Dude, I'm just going. Sometimes when I'm down, I bring the king out when I'm down material because the king can be powerful because he's like an okay piece. Well, he's eh. So sometimes I've won
What the
games.
fuck is happening? This is such a weird.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping you're just so confused that you're like, all right, I forfeit.
Oh my god, my brain. I have no idea what
I'm
is
gonna fire
happening.
more
Oh my
questions at you
God.
to make it more confusing. How did you come up with the name UFWM8?
When I was creating my account in GD, I hated my old username.
Oh god damn it! I didn't see it. That was a shitty game for me.
It's fine.
Oh wow! Congrats,
If you want, we can
UFWM.
rematch, but...
No, because we have the rest of the interview. But I would like to. I wouldn't mind rematching in a later date. Yeah. I'm just gonna turn my channel. Half of my videos will be chess matches against you until I win.
Lol.
Should
I answer the question?
Dartmouth writes in, how would you come up with the name UFWM?
I really didn't like the username I had used in other games before. It was a username I did like when I was like 10 and I found it kind of cringe. So I thought, okay, let's try something different. And I decided to just not care about my username at all. And I decided, okay, whatever comes up in my dumb, like 13, 14-year-old mind, whatever comes up in my mind first, I'll type as a username. And my first thought was diabetes. I was, for a moment, gonna call myself Diabetes GD. But I put the username, I'm create path, whatever, and it told me my username was taken, sadly.
I love how that was taken. Who has that?
Yeah.
Let's look that up. Who is Diabetes GD?
I don't know that guy at all. I only I friended him like a year ago. It's one of my best achievements in GD.
Wait, I'm gonna go to YouTube. Wait, we're gonna look this up.
Well, my YouTube account, I mean, like...
no, you're talking about GD. I thought you were talking about YouTube name. I always just assumed that.
No, I'm talking about username in general. That's from GD, from like creating my account. There I got my username.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
So I basically just kept my GD username as my YouTube username, and that's how I got the channel name. But yeah, after diabetes, my brain just jumped to you fucking what, mate? Because I'm a dumb 13, 14-year-old.
That phrase was popular at the time.
I was kind of late on the MLG and all that stuff, but I just called myself you fucking what, mate. I decided to write it down in a way I found somewhat cool, and I just stuck with that forever. Right now, I call myself on like Twitch and all that stuff UFWM because that sounds even cooler. I don't want to change it on those platforms. I think everyone already recognizes me as you fucking what, mate, not as UFWM necessarily. So yeah, maybe I'll do a name change sometime in the future, but I really have to consider it.
I love hearing the name stories because like everyone always has a different way they came up with their name. Someone's just like, oh, first thing that came in my head. Some people like, I really thought about it and changed it many times. Some people's like, it's always fun stories. Last question from a viewer, because this viewer went out of their way to DM me and really say, please make sure you ask this groundbreaking question. So here we go.
Wow.
This is from Holly Webb. What would you do? Talking about you now. What would you do if your neighbor secretly started building a farm to grow bees in your bathtub?
I mean, depends on what bathtub they're talking about. There's a bathtub in my home that no one uses, so if it's in that one and they can give me a bit of the profits, I think it would be fine.
Love how you're thinking of profiting off the bees.
I mean, yeah, if they want to use my bathtub, they're also thinking about their own gain, so...
She also asked me to answer this question. I don't like bees, so no bees. Okay, so even if unless the bees were making a lot of money, then I'd be like... A few bees is okay. Like several bees can be okay, but bees are scary, man. Like I had bad experience with bees when I was young. So anyway, thank you for writing in, all you fans of UFWM. Let's go. It's just frozen on the dab. Okay, next segment here, we're gonna do some GD related questions, more about his GD life that I've wanted to ask him. And then we got some trivia coming up, and then we're going to do some life questions, and we'll get out of here. If you could, this might be a longer answer, but I think this would be really nice. Your GD career is very different from your average player's GD career, because most players, if they're getting into GD, their goal is to be either to create, and those people are weird, to beat extreme demons and then to beat as many as possible and then to get tired of it and say I'm quitting and then come back 2 years later. That's an average GD player's career.
True.
But you've done absolutely none of those things. You've literally beaten less extremes than me, and I'm not good. I'm not even on the list. If you could just give like a story summary of your GD career, your progression, why you decided to do challenges, what were big challenges in your career, how did you improve so much at spamming, and just kind of pull that all into like one summary there for us so we can kind of get a sense of what does UFWM's career look like.
I'd summarize my career as being someone who's obsessed over getting better at like any sort of thing in the game. I really enjoy just grabbing a game, getting to know well like how the game works, being able to fully like enjoy the physics a game has to offer and feel like I have full control over the game. It's not necessarily a good mindset to have at times. Sometimes that makes me like be very competitive on some games. There have been times where I practice sports where I felt like I did really fast progress, that I could do very well in sports, but because of my competitive nature, I stopped playing them because they stressed me out a lot when I felt like I wasn't performing at my peak. The nature of like doing a 1v1, that was extremely stressful for me when I felt like I could have done so much better. And it wasn't like the stress that made me try to get better, it was the stress of I am useless.
And I think that I think GD players and like everyone handles this differently in the game, but I think GD players in general, like the ones who are really good, are a collection of people who have this stress and kind of drive that they have to be better. They have to like if you beat like an extreme demon, it's amazing. It is amazing. Like it's really amazing if you can do that. But your brain, or at least a GD player's brain, looks at Tartarus and Slaughterhouse, or in your case, 3 Seconds Hell in Hell or whatever it was. and just it's you're like, but that exists. So I did this, and this, like maybe 20 people in the world have beat this, maybe 25 in the next 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. But there's this next one. It occupies space in your daily life. This next challenge, because you're like, well, I have to be better because it exists and it's possible. So why am I not doing it yet? So I don't know. I think that's a lot of GD players, and for you that went such a unique direction, because like instead of being like, I want to beat the rated levels, the rated extreme demons, you're like, I want to take this crazy spamming thing to the next level. I want to take the challenge stuff to the next level. And that kind of brings me to my next question, which would be, when did you transfer from being a player who beats levels, beats demons, just trying to slowly build up the skill, to someone who hyper focuses on challenges and the very core skills? And also, like, what did the beginning of that look like for you?
I'd say ever since I started, like, joining the community, I got more into the challenge side of things. I definitely was one of the first people to, like, focus a lot on rated levels, more than rated levels. Back then, everyone was trying the new demons that have come out. Like, most people do that also nowadays. But with my mindset and how I mostly look at things, in Geometry Dash, most of the time I always like to like grab how I perceived like the different levels in the community. Like, I don't know, at the beginning when I was just playing the main levels, I thought, okay, this game is very hard. I don't think I can like beat all the levels. So I went ahead and beat all the levels. Then I was like, okay, I finished the main game, let's try the map packs, because those are like the next thing, right? Okay, these are a lot of levels. Will I even be able to do it? I did it because I was like doubting myself if I could. I then started getting into the community, I started knowing more about demons, and then basically started like climbing up a ladder of like doing harder stuff. That ladder definitely stopped at Acropolis, where I got really stressed because I thought I was a really good player back in the day, but I was really bad way back then. What drove me into Acropolis is how it feels. It feels claustrophobic, and it's like all the timings are very tight and precise, and basically
I like that. Yeah,
it's like it ended up taking me like 8,000 or 9,000 times, I remember well. But like 20 times at the last wave.
I just want to cut in real quick, just for the record. Do you think Acropolis is a good looking level, like a visually appealing level?
Yeah.
Thank you. I get so much hate for that. Like that Acropolis is it doesn't look good at all, but it's such good theming.
Lol.
And you're right, I love the claustrophobic. I just love the gray vibe to it, and it's just very polished. Anyway, back to what you were saying. If you don't think Acropolis looks good, then just ew.
Back in, like, I think it does perfectly for how the level feels. And that's what I care more about instead of a level feeling perfect or whatever. I prefer that a level has, like, achieved, like, a very specific vibe to it. I think Acropolis
agree.
really has a very specific vibe that
Right.
stands out from everything.
Yeah, and then like the newer levels today, like the especially late 2.1s, where Zodiac is always the example I use. It's just like there's no specific theme to the level. It's just color, like random colors. And I know what that one particular one's a mega collab, but in general, even like levels that are mega collabs, there's no like specific vibe and theme to it. Sometimes it's just the change in game mode all the time, and then with that they change the deco style all the time, and it's just
Yeah.
God, I can't with those levels. I'd like a level that's very like just focused on its theming. Acropolis, Falling Up, Carmel levels actually usually always put into this. Black Blizzard is a great one. Sunset Sandstorm, Hatred. Those are levels that stick to a theme and do it amazing. Actually, most Circles levels do too, like Sonic Wave or Arctic. Or, you know.
I particularly don't like 9 Circles levels because I can't look at them while I play, but that's a different topic. Well, I before had like challenged myself with levels like Horntail Cave. I'm not sure if I like what number victory was on that level, but I ended up fluking the whole duel somehow. I was really good like playing and never like really stumbled upon a challenge until I played Acropolis. I think that level made me change completely my perception on what I like to do within the game, because it stressed me a lot to see myself die over and over in a part I knew I could do easily. And I knew it wasn't too hard. The wave part, it's true it looked like claustrophobic, was really hard, but I was really bad at wave back then.
It's so hard to imagine.
I ended up...
James, cue proof I don't macro. Cue that. It's so hard to imagine. Oh my god, I can't. What is that? That was mini wave, one space.
Yeah, mini wave, two times
speed,
one space, 2 times speed.
That's
like 40 blocks.
Go try that. It's not possible.
Well, that level, when I beat it, I definitely didn't feel satisfied with my own skills, and I thought if I spend enough attempts into anything, I could do whatever I want, really. But it's not what I want to do, really. I like seeing myself progress, like I don't know, if I look a year back, for example, I never thought like I would even have a chance to beat a level like Crystal Edge, and I just completely like demolished that expectation of me. Like I didn't think getting past the mini-wave spam in Silent Circles was possible. I did that.
It's crazy.
Like I like proving myself wrong, and before, like back on Acropolis, I definitely thought to myself, I knew that I could basically grind out anything and complete it. Basically what I did about that was not be interested more in rated levels, like the levels everyone was trying, because eventually, like, people will start playing a lot of those levels. Eventually a lot of people will beat them. I wouldn't find it too unique if I just like
I feel that
beat a level that I don't know, even being the first victor of a level didn't even feel too special for me. It was more like playing something people haven't really bothered trying yet.
To really feel like you accomplished something in this game, you got to not only do something hard, but you have to do something that people are like, wow, I've never seen that done before, you know, or
True.
Wow, that is literally top 1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Then people will notice you. Even if you beat a top 10 right now, if you beat 10 or 9 on the list, people are like, oh yeah, but like some other people already beat that, so you're just you get a GG from a couple of your friends maybe.
practice different kinds of things until I felt comfortable enough with them, and then I just tried different strats. Like right now I'm not very motivated with GD to like grind as much as I did before I played easily like 4 or 6 hours every day. I'm not sure how I only have like 4K hours on Steam. I think most of my hours are on mobile already.
That's still a lot of hours.
Yeah, well, between the circles
like
I move in, other people with 9K hours, 10K, all that stuff.
4K is 4K. Like someone do like a calculation, James. like of how many like days that is, like how many full 24-hour days 4K hours is. It's a lot, because I remember doing it for like, I do have about 2K, and I remember like being at about a month with 2K. So like imagine like just playing GD for every hour of 2 full months. About that would be crazy. And so like I don't know, I mean, you probably have way more than that even, but like that's still so many hours of just learning.
I'd say I have about like 6K hours considering the time I played on mobile. But yeah, basically by continuing a bit of the question, after Acropolis, like with all of these mines that I've like explained, I started looking at impossible levels, like I always do. Like I got interested in levels like Silent Circles back then, Death Corridor, all these kind of levels that were impossible, but I thought maybe I could get somewhat close to beating this. And basically my whole motivation was like, see how hard of a gameplay I could be able to do, test myself in order to see how close to impossible I could like do certain things. I basically spent 3 to 4 years just doing that. Ever since like after I played Acropolis, I didn't take demons more seriously. I would like didn't play too actively. Like if I played actively, I would have like 10K hours easily, but every time I played GD, I made sure to try something I didn't think was something really close to my limit, or that I didn't think was possible, and just tried grinding it out a little bit. Okay, I want to make the hardest thing I could possibly do in this game and make it short. And I made something stupidly hard for the time. It took me 30K attempts to verify. Right now it's a challenge that is like an introductory level challenge, but...
Happy Chamber?
Yeah, Happy Chamber.
And it's crazy because because I know when you're talking about it, I haven't beat it. That challenge is considered like that's like a base for like if you want to be a challenge player. That's a base start. You do like Happy Chamber, 3 seconds hell, stuff like that, and then after that, then you can get to the stuff that's actually hard.
I wasn't too happy with Happy Chamber because I ended up nerfing it before verifying it. With each level I published on my account or each level I tried, I always try to one-up it, like whatever means possible. I either like try to do something in similar difficulty in another game mode, like try other challenges. That's when like the challenges was already existed. I might be skipping a few details, but basically I always try to one-up my best achievements in some way. Sometimes I see a level and I'm like, yeah, I want to beat this, but I really cared a lot about my own self-improvement within the game, and I always want to get better at whatever it was. My whole story, I can say, can be boiled down to trying to push my own limits in every way I could think of. It definitely took some time. I'm definitely not the best player. I might be good at learning stuff, but I definitely don't see myself being stuff like Firework, Arcturus, Truefet, like all of those levels. I know I can, if I just have enough motivation to do them, I'd probably be able to, but I don't really like doing those sort of things. I only like pushing myself when I know it's an achievement I would like to do. Most of my GD career is me having fun with the game, trying to improve.
That's what it's all about in GD, you know, and it's about pushing those limits. Everyone pushes them in a different way that's most enjoyable for them. Some people hardest extreme demon, some people like Serpunge is like, okay, I'm just gonna make another game in GD, we'll do that. Some people challenges, some people, like everybody pushes in a different way, but the game is all about what looks impossible. What right now when I see it or when someone sees it is like, that is impossible, that's not even worth a try or a bother. With time, can we make it happen? I have a few more GD questions, so let's burn through these real quick. This one might be a weird one, but you always hold your mouse really weirdly. Talk about how you came up with that.
Since I started being a mobile player, I got used to tapping. And what I do, it sure looks weird what I'm doing with my hands. What I'm literally doing is the same thing I would do if I were to click a phone. When people click normally, what they do is they use their wrist mostly and their fingers to like move their index finger like this. And what I do to click is I literally move my hand like this. So all of my stress goes to my shoulder and my elbow. If I just keep my elbow still while clicking, well, this would look like something like this, and mostly it will be my shoulder doing the work, and that's where most of my pain comes from when I play too much.
It's crazy. I'm
But
imagine that.
in order to click like that, you have to have a mouse that doesn't move at all, because if I were to do something like this, it would be very easy for the mouse to move sideways or in any direction. In order to be consistent at that, I grab my mouse like this with my left hand. While I do this on my right mouse button, I'm not clicking nothing here. I'm with my finger, like my thumb, holding on this side, and my other 2 fingers are holding here. And that way I can put my mouse like this and move my arm like this. And if I just keep my arm still, like add a bit of pressure down, my mouse is completely still and I can click perfectly without any worries.
I loved hearing that explanation. That was so very niche GD. That was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, that's gonna do it for part 1, because like this is gonna be 2 parts.
Yeah.
But this has been great so far, and it's gonna be great in part 2, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see you guys in part 2. It'll just happen. The next video, this will be the end of this one.
Bye-bye.
I don't know how this one's gonna end. I'll let James kind of do. James, end it with like, dude, end it with like some like put like 5 videos of the proof I don't macro video up at the same time. That's how we're gonna end it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
True.
Bye. All right, guys, this is probably part 2. I don't know. I'm assuming, because if you think James cut all the shit before
Shit, I gotta get this. All right, cut the feed.
a-
No, and the music too. Come on. Hello. Hey, Luke. How goes it? You're taking this seriously. You. It was just a message, though. It doesn't really. I mean, I guess. Okay. No, I'm fine with Mario Kart as a franchise. I love it. I love the game. What I'm more concerned with is the work involved. It should be fine. I'll tell you that. All right, bring it back.
Welcome back, UFWM. I don't know, like, welcome back from the view of the viewers. For you, it was about like 1 minute break. Where'd you get that bowl?
I don't know. It was in my room. Yeah, I have weird stuff in my room.
All right, we're gonna pin that one. We're gonna come back to that one. Actually, no, we're not pinning that one right now. So just like show us like 2 weird things that are in your room. Besides,
I have this. I got this like 2 days ago, and now we'll have it in all of my videos. It's one of those squids that you can turn them upside down.
Cute.
And yeah, I have one of these, and I don't know. Let's grab something random from here. I have the big enter key.
Oh, the big Dorami enter key. I do wanted to get one more GD related question in before we do like life stuff. Top 3 achievements in all of Geometry Dash that you are most proud of. Go now.
My first one is Crystal Edge by miles.
James, when he says them, show videos. Just show videos of him with the weird, like, using his elbows to click or whatever. Show those on the screen.
Crystal Edge is basically, imagine, like, it's like a balanced version of Sakupen Circles, I'd say. It's an absolutely wave-based level that has absolutely stupid and hard waves. It's 1 minute long. I honestly think it might even be top 5 from what I know. Number 2, here's where it's a bit confusing for me. I would say SC2751P or Silent Circles 27 to 51%. I'd choose this between like any of my other challenges or whatever because I spent 150k attempts around about in Silent Circles before I was able to get that round. That run definitely could have taken me less time, but it's definitely a big achievement for me to make progress on a level I always looked up to ever since like I was part of the community. I never really expected to get that far. I always thought thought like, okay, Silent Circles may be done, like the possible part all the way to 51, may be done in like 5 rounds. And then I was like, okay, I managed to do it in 5 rounds. Let's try to do it in 4. And I managed to do it in 4.
Question. So the 27 to 51p you're talking about, does that include the spam?
That is the full first wave, which is like the first normal wave clicks are very hard. The mini wave spam, transitioning from the mini wave spam to a big wave with some slow clicks but really tight gaps. The second mini wave, which is absolute insanity, it's basically a random saws everywhere with no comfortable click pattern, and you have to go in between all of them. Then after that, a big wave that is bugged at the end. There is a timing that you basically have to micro click, do like a 2-frame micro click to skip a bugged portal at the end of the section.
Oh wow.
And after that is doing the duel in Silent Circles, 2-player, which it isn't too hard. It has a frame perfect in 144. Like one of the clicks is hard, but all of that combined makes an absolutely ridiculous run that no one ever thought was ever possible. No one even thought passing the first wave was possible.
That's crazy.
I definitely didn't expect myself to pass the wave. I actually managed to pass it 5 times. On the 5th time, I managed to pass the duel. I could have done the duel. Like, I definitely choked a lot. I could have beaten it like way sooner if I just didn't die at the duel, which isn't very hard compared to the rest of the sections, but it's still I'm extremely proud of that achievement because I grinded a ton. I spent a lot of attempts. It's something I never thought I would be able to do, and I managed to do it.
Awesome. Those are 2 things like I don't even know if anyone else will do ever.
Yeah, something I can say, it's not on the challenge list because there's quite a bit of drama surrounding it because
of course
of the mini wave spam in Silent Circles. People don't want it to be on the list. There's a lot of counter arguments I can say according to other levels, but in fact, like, the staff doesn't want to add it. Most people, like most top challenge grinders, have compared its difficulty to VSC, some even finding it harder. But yeah, it doesn't have the attention it has because it's not on the challenge list, really.
And it's just annoying. It's first of all annoying when they'll list people who, I mean, these lists that were made were literally just invented by 16-year-olds. This is literally how they started. And so the fact that they get so bogged down on the rules and have this become a drama, it's weird to me. What you've beaten, and like SC 2751P, that like in base level is something that is not part of a current rated demon, and it will never be probably, and it's been verified by you. So it should be, and it's short. It's a challenge length. Those are 3 simple factors, and that just should be a challenge. Why would it not be? I totally doesn't understand why it wouldn't be.
Mainly breaks 2 rules from what I know. One is like asking for the consent of the original creator of the level if I copy the part.
Silent Circles was like,
at least like with challenges I make, they get a bit of drama because I always try stuff that no one wants to ever try. So that no one wants it to be like on the challenge list or whatever, because literally no one.
Oh, because then people are like, crap, because people who want to work on that list are like, crap, I have to beat that shit now. No one wants to do that.
Like, it happened with 3SH times 2, then 3SH, it replaced 3SH times 3, then 3SH times 6. And people are like basically saying, do not dare to do 3SH times 7, even though I have the level like ready to verify.
And third one, last third most achievement proud you.
This one is tricky because I'm not sure if Cold Sweat is even in my top 3 hardest.
It's so funny. It's so funny that you've been like one list extreme and you don't even care. Like, it's just like, yeah, Cold Sweat, but I did Silent Circles.
Yeah. I would say like most of the other things I've either gotten like really good progress on and I'm not fully satisfied with how I did, or there are things that I beat that I didn't feel like I did too well on, like Cold Sweat for example. Difficulty wise, it should be Cold Sweat, but like in importance to myself, probably a level like Shield Death. 10 on the challenge list or something like that.
That's good. It's a good challenge.
But basically, it's maybe even lower, like even 20 right now. But it was an all top 1. I mean, Shield Death is a very important level for me. It's one of those levels I looked when I was trying to get better at the wave that I just looked at and thought that was completely impossible. I always looked up to Shield Death as like the hardest thing that someone could ever do, because levels like Silent Circles, like you could see the waves and I thought always, yeah, this is impossible, like there's no way a human can do that. Shield Death, I saw it like there's a slight chance a human can do this. Achievements that made my channel big, like Diamond Blade or all that stuff, I don't find as important, even though back then for me it was like pretty important, considering, well, I was the first victor of an ice cable level, and
wow,
it was a level that people just didn't.
Not many people can say that sentence, by the way, that you just said. I was the first victor of an ice
Yeah,
cave.
beat an
level.
ice cave level.
That
Yeah.
is a sentence. That is a tough sentence to be able to say. So that's
Well, Diamond Blade, Crystal Edge, and Super Hate Me World. Those are 3 levels I technically verified for Ice Cave. I helped bug fix and this stuff. But Ice Cave levels have always like felt. I don't know. I always love Ice Cave levels, so it's not maybe something that I find as important, but there are levels that I really enjoy playing and I feel really accomplished when I beat. But it's not to the same level as something like Shield Death or Silent Circles that made me like actually it gave me like a really high bar for me to try to reach that I managed to reach eventually.
awesome, dude. Awesome. You really achieved crazy stuff in this game. All right, well, that will do it for the GD related questions, which we covered really fascinating stuff. So before we polish off some more life-based questions, let's take a break and do some GD trivia. This one's fun.
Woo!
Glad you're excited. Basically, how this works is I'm going to ask him 5 questions. They get harder as we go. We'll call it easy to extreme in difficulty because we're GD nerds. If you get all 5 right, then I will subscribe to your channel.
Insane. You're not subbed yet? Press the subscribe button now.
So, first question. This is easy as it comes. What is the current hardest extreme demon?
Slaughterhouse. No, Sakuben Circle. I'm so dumb. My brain died. I am sorry.
All right, we're done.
My brain got
That's
stuck
gonna
in
wrap it up
2021.
for Talking to Goats. Next time.
Sakuben Circle.
He said Slaughterhouse. He did say it.
I did say it because it's harder than Sakuben Circles. In my opinion.
Okay, challengeless.
It's the
player who
true
doesn't
number
play
1, okay?
Extremes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Though I have not played either of those levels, and I'm not touching those levels. No way. I couldn't even beat like Bowser Vortex.
I technically was in the verified race for Slaughterhouse, but Space UK got so fast progress that I was like, nah, I'm getting out of here. Yeah.
Next question. So medium, because medium demon. True or false? Team N2 created 2 extreme demons total, the Hell Factory and A Bizarre Phantasm. Is that true or false?
Published levels? I would say false.
Right, correct. You know what the other level that they created is?
I might look very stupid right now, but Calculator Core?
No. I don't. Maybe I don't think Team N2 has released a level in a long time. If they've also this is a dated question.
Oh,
but
then I'm confused. Yeah.
If they made Calculator Core, I'm just unaware. But they definitely made Artificial Ideology.
Oh wait, the Calculator Core was based off Artificial Ideology. I swapped the names. Yeah.
Oh, you're so close. Actually, that's
Yeah.
That is true.
Um,
All right, hard question. Actually, this question's toward the easier end, but this one for you might be harder since you're more of a you don't play the normal.
I don't know any rated level.
What level does not belong? All right, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, Ultrasonic, Subsonic.
Sonic
and why?
Boom.
And why does it not belong?
I mean, it's not officially part of the Sonic series. Like,
Bingo.
Okay, yeah. What were the names? Supersonic.
Supersonic, Ultrasonic, Subsonic, Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Sonic Boom is not part of those. Like, there's Hypersonic also. There's a weird one I remember.
There's just 4.
It was-
Pana and Electro are not official.
No. There's another one.
There's not another Sonic series level. Not like official.
From what I remember, I don't know how official it was, but it was. I'll figure it out later. But I remember there being another one with like something Sonic.
All right, you'll have to look into that. I actually don't know about
But
that.
yeah.
Check me. I don't even. It's useless to ask James to check us on that because James doesn't play GD. Who do I? I don't know who to ask.
I'll check later.
All right. Insane demon question. Who verified Artificial Ascent? Gets harder.
Artificial Ascent combined?
Yes, good job. Actually,
Yeah.
that's good. Good stuff. I haven't heard his name in a
Yeah.
long time.
I know I love stuff. I've watched G videos since like more than 7 years ago. I like follow everyone, but I sometimes remember some stuff.
Awesome. All right, you ready for the extreme question? You've gotten all of them right so
Yeah.
far. Well, you have?
No, the first 2 I got very badly.
The
Right.
first two was like...
I got them badly
Okay,
right. Okay?
The first two questions were like when you like fluke a demon from like 30. Like you totally shouldn't have beaten it, but you still kind of did. That's what the first two were
True.
like.
Yeah.
It's almost you fell asleep halfway through the level, but then you're like, oh wow, I'm at the end. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's what
True.
those are like. Extreme
I'm a
question.
fluker.
Just because it's the first one doing the trivia, if you get this one, we'll count it as a full 5, and so we'll see.
Interesting.
But I don't think you're gonna get this, unless you know. So what is the song and the artist used in the Extreme Demon Niflheim?
Da, 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 da.
Oh, show Niflheim on the screen, James. I love this level.
Look, if I said the Rude Sandstorm, that would be the closest I could get.
It's totally not that. Guess literally anything else. Literally guess Stereo Madness instead of that.
Zero clue. I don't know anything about songs.
All right. Well, you have any guess? You want to throw anything out there? You were humming the song.
I know it's the song that makes me laugh, but I don't know the name of the song.
It's Another World by Razor Wrecker. Actually, one of my personal favorite GD songs. So close. You
Yeah,
almost
never could have gotten that one.
it's extreme question, man. It's extreme question.
Yeah, I could recognize like levels from songs, but I couldn't recognize like
the other way around is
names
tough.
or artists.
Yeah. Maybe next time for the trivia, I'll play a song and have someone guess the level. It would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's trivia. He got 4 out of 5, which is not 5 out of 5, unfortunately. So
Yeah,
80%.
I am not an extreme demon.
Nope. All right, let's burn through some life-related questions, then we'll wrap it up here with UFWM. Let's do some easy ones. Favorite food?
Favorite food? That's a really hard question. Oh my god.
All right.
If I had to choose like a food to eat right now, it would probably be like the name in Spanish is empanada queso camarón.
Say that at, can you speed hack what you just said down to 0.25 speed?
Yeah. Empanada queso camarón.
So empanada, I know what those are. Queso is cheese.
Queso camarón. Camarón. Shrimp.
Shrimp. So empanada.
Yeah,
cheese,
it's basically an empanada that has cheese and shrimp.
So an empanada is what you're saying. You're saying it's
an empanada is basically
we just call them empanadas here. I don't think there's an English word for it. Like every time I've heard empanadas being talked about, they're just called empanadas.
Yeah. But do you know what an empanada is?
It's like a Spanish
It's a sort of dough that has like, it's not like a bread dough. It's like more of a...
It's like a closed taco.
Yeah, imagine a closed taco, but it's not like, the taco is not like thin. And it's not like a taco, it's like in between a taco and a bread. It's weird to explain.
It's like a Spanish ravioli.
Yes, a big Spanish ravioli. It's really tasty, and I personally like a lot like the cheese shrimp variation of that.
Awesome.
Very tasty. I'd suggest you get some in a place that isn't too cheap, because if you buy cheap food here from Chile, you will die. So.
Next one. Favorite color?
Light green.
Interesting.
Yep.
What kind of like green?
lime
Do you have like a
green.
specific? Oh, lime green. Cover UFWM for lime green for like 20 seconds.
I'm between like lime green and a special type of cyan, but I don't know how to say the cyan color at all. It's like a very specific variation of cyan, but whatever.
Switch to cyan, James. All right. Awesome, dude. Those are fun color. I like cyan. Lime green. I'm more of a dark green person, but nice. All right. What non-GD hobbies do you have? Basically what I'm asking you is, what hobbies do you have that don't involve orienting your mouse like on your ceiling to click?
I'm not very productive at all. Like what I mostly do, like what I've done like these past months, I'd say, is literally just watch Twitch, join streams, like have fun, get to meet people in Twitch. Like IRL hobbies I used to do and I could pick up back again at any moment. I play instruments, like mainly like guitar and bass. I've played them for 12 years now. I never have played like guitar in front of a camera. I might do something for my channel sometime, but
that would be fun. Yeah.
I had a lot of experience playing like string instruments, and I like playing instruments from time to time. Like as of late, I haven't really had the energy. That's a hobby I could pick up back again at any moment. I don't really play other video games, and I don't know if it's considered a hobby, but I like just going out of my house and doing random things when I have the mood to. Like I just randomly go out of my house and just meet up with friends, like try to improvise something. I like walking. I walk a lot.
No, I feel that going for some walks alone sometimes is nice to clear your head, you know. All right, next.
Yeah, this is my voice.
All right, you have to do the rest of the show like that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god, my voice. Okay, I can.
Don't.
My throat is already hurting.
That sounds like it hurts, like it does. A couple more here. So, favorite book, TV show, movie, just like a favorite one of those.
That's a really hard one for me because I'm really bad at picking favorites.
Clear.
Books, none of them. Because all the books I've read are for school and those are trash. No, never mind. Well, I'm not exactly sure how the title is in English, but well, whatever. Basically, there was like one book that it wasn't too like bad reading it, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed it either. So I would just leave books as blank. TV shows,
no books,
and this stuff. I knew I had some like shows I watched a lot as a kid, but I don't remember many. Drake and Josh is such a good show.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Movies, again, very hard for me. Movies are too long, I'd say, for me. I'm a challenge player when it comes to media. Incredible. I don't like spending too much time watching something I'm not like completely interested in.
Fair.
Maybe something I can find intriguing, and if I'm doing it on my own free time, I maybe would like to watch it. But it's more like me being curious, and that's what I do all the time, like watching YouTube videos and all that stuff. So it doesn't feel like movies don't feel any special. It's just like highly produced content.
All right, final question I have for you, life-wise, is that do you have any future goals, plans, like when you're 30? What do you want to be doing when you're 30?
I never think about the future. I just kind of do whatever. I really don't know what I want to do yet. I know if I dedicate myself to YouTube, I might be able to live off of it for quite some time. I think it would be fun if I just kept doing the same thing I always do, just keeping GD as a hobby, and that I spend most of my time on when I'm basically on my free time. I see myself finishing university. Not exactly sure which career I'll go for, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'll even have a job by then, considering how chill it is. But I definitely think I will be more relaxed about my future when I'm 30.
Probably,
but,
maybe.
Yeah, right now it's kind of chaotic because I'm not exactly sure where I want to go, or where basically what paths should I take in order to have a good life in the future. But
yeah, that's always the hardest
everything
question.
is very complicating. Yeah. It's basically taking a lot of gambles right now, and I know once I've taken the gambles, I'll be more confident.
Yeah, dude. Hey, listen, I wish you the best with the next how many years until you're dead, pretty much, when all the years and from now until you're not here anymore. I wish you the best with GD and with outside of GD.
Considering that I'm basically a challenge player on everything, I probably will have a challenge life also.
Yeah, you just
somehow I have no idea, but
fast as possible, dead at 30. All right, dude. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. We got a couple outro questions to send you off, but dude, this has been such a fascinating interview for me. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure you go see that. Who, in your opinion, is the best overall player in Geometry Dash?
Basic A by miles.
Can't
just because
of
how fast he beats everything. If we are talking about underrated player, if I had to choose a player I want to say right now that is not well known at all, I'd say Tag Master 100%. That guy's a god. I have no idea how he has only 100 subs.
He was in GD World Tournament. I saw him play. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Give the name of one or more, I guess, people that you would want to see on this Talking to Goat show in the future.
I'd definitely say people like Aeonair or Trusta, since they have been so important to the community, and they have been part of the community since very long ago.
And Air Trusta, I would be thrilled. please.
Yeah, I think that could be cool.
All right, final question. So to close out the show, just to try to keep it as geared to you as possible, what song would you like to have play you out of the interview? If it's copyrighted, I'm just going to play Solar Wind by Jumper, because I personally love that song. But what song would you love to sing?
Ooh, interesting question. I'm thinking, what would be a cool UFWM song? I could do the funny and choose the song of my challenge Swyborg. Let's do that. It's Whiplash by Dr. Phonics, I think it's called.
All right, James.
The drop of the song has a section in which I made the funny challenge with. Maybe you can find it's called Just in Camp Now or Swyborg. I had to change the name of the challenge, but yeah, that's a funny song. It's like a challenge player kind of song, so I think that was it.
Perfect. So yeah, we'll do that. Well, with that being said, hey, UFWM, thank you so much for coming on this show. This has been, I mean, I love all the interviews, so I never want to say that this has been my favorite of all of them. But like every time I have a new interview, I'm like, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. They're all so good, and you bring such a new perspective. The stuff about the mouse, just like the stuff that you talk about in GD and focus on compared to other people, just every time, just new perspectives. This has been awesome. So, hey guys, channel's in the description. Follow this guy, subscribe to this guy, spam message this guy. He will totally answer every time. Again, thank you for having him on. We'll see you guys next time on Talking to Goats.
Are you kidding? Hi there. Oh, that is not a great frame to leave me on. So that happened. I really should have expected it from the beginning, to be completely honest with you. This helps though, because of the department's contract with me to only play Mario Kart songs in the video. This actually helps that in a legal sense. It's weird. We're not going to go into it. Anyways. Oh, this sucks sometimes. Anyways, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching through the full video, whether it was the normal algorithm version or the full interview version. Because I'm going to put this in the end of both. I put a lot of effort in this video, and I really appreciate just taking the time to watch it. Watching this cool guy. As noted already, his YouTube channel and his Discord server are in the description. Go check him out. Why wouldn't you? He's such a cool guy. And that's really it, besides the normal stuff to subscribe to Brendan, but you already knew that. We always point it out. How would you not? Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this. We will see you in whatever next thing happens, because Talking to Goats isn't done. There's definitely more cool stuff coming soon.